Ted. Great to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you, Dr. Malveaux. My name's Ted Lai, and I'm the Vice President of Student Services and Success at Calbright College, which is the 115th community college. It's fully online. It's flexibly paced and competency based. And really the goal is to look at the 25 to 49-year-olds, the ones who are underrepresented in college, and give them an opportunity to have a flexibly paced program that fits their needs for work or maybe family as well. So really excited. Prior to that, that's where I met Kevin. I was with Apple when I met Kevin, and I worked at Apple as a leadership executive who worked in organizational change management. And I've been working with Kevin off and on for probably close to 7 years at this point, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, you and I need to talk later. We want to get community college students to transfer here to Cal State LA to do a BA or MA in Chicano Latino studies, Pan-African studies, or Asian American studies. So if you have students who are interested in that, be in touch with me, please.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. And again, next person, Shoni, can you say hello to Dr. Julianne Malveaux, please?
Dr. J works also.
Dr. J too. And please unmute, not unmute as well as look to your face. Thank you.
Good morning, Dr. J. My name is Shoni. It's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too, Shoni.
So I've been a student voice, a part of a lot of Kevin's projects since 2018, I believe. I've been helping work on several projects with Kevin for really putting together teams of students and giving them experiential learning, experiential based learning in order to basically try and create a career pathway to funnel them from not just, school learning, but into experiential learning in the field that could translate into getting them jobs and launching their career, as well as getting them leads towards an actual sustainable living. So I met him as a student in college at Santa Monica College, and today I'm now helping him as an alumni student, as well as a production and graphic designer. So thanks for having me aboard, and it's nice to meet you.
Well, it's great to meet you too, and I will look forward to you coming out and talking to our students here at Cal State LA.
Wonderful, thank you.
Oh, the next person, Terrence.
Good morning, Terrence Mayfield. I work with the Solar Collective. We are a group of subject matter experts, which means we bring capital with public and private partnerships so that our communities can slow down the regentrification that we don't participate in. The other part of that is that we help build business capital so that businesses, when they are in a position to receive contracts, they have the startup capital that's necessary to be able to fund the fulfillment of that said contract.
Great to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice meeting you as well.
And then Cassandra.
You can't get it. Okay, don't worry about it. Cassandra, are you there?
That's okay. We'll go here. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Hacha.
I think she's not there.
Yeah, she's unfortunately driving.
Oh, okay.
Cassandra, can you say hello to Dr. J?
If she's driving, she shouldn't do anything but drive. Y'all people in LA drive too crazy for me.
She's in Texas. So
Oh, okay.
probably crazier there too. Okay, well, hey, so again, thank you guys for joining us. And I'm going to rifle through what I wanted to do is to let Dr. J tell us a little bit more about her vision, her initiatives, and more importantly, how can we take any of the content and focus we have and match up with those initiatives, as well as any frameworks that she has for us to try and, again, qualify for. So Dr. J, if you can tell us a little bit about how we could qualify for support from you.
Okay, well, support is, this is the College of Ethnic Studies. I have 3 departments reporting to me, which I'm very excited about: Pan-African Studies, Asian American Studies, and Chicano Latino Studies. Additionally, I have the imprimatur of the administration to start a Department of American Indian and Indigenous Studies. We just got money, or not money, but the approval to hire a tenured professor in American Indian Studies. My vision for the college, we are only the second college of ethnic studies in the nation. The other is in San Francisco State University. There are many departments. It's different to be a college than to be a department. As a college, you have a lot more resources, a lot more independence, a lot more opportunities. And that's what kind of enticed me to take the position. I was very comfortable in Washington, D.C. and miss it every day. So I don't know. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm here and there is a vision. The vision is for us to work together around issues that marginalized people experience and to put a pedagogy around it, not only a pedagogy, but also a body of knowledge. My favorite motto, African proverb, is when the lion learns to write, the hunter will no longer become the hero of the story. And we know that when we look at any number of things in terms of how our histories have been marginalized, the stupid reaction to the notion of critical race theory, which is not being taught K through 12, but it's very ironic. I just came from a meeting of the National African American Reparations Commission on which I serve. We're in Evanston, Illinois, which is the first place that has had local reparations. And it's very interesting to look at the ways that people refuse to know history. So my basic mission is to infuse the margin into the center in terms of history. Some of the things that we're doing, first of all, this next fall we'll be adding 7 new faculty members. If God is good and we get good candidates, and we think we'll get good candidates, 2 in AAAS. So Ted, you may be able to help us with that. We're looking for 2 tenured, no, not tenured, I'm sorry, 1 tenured and 1 untenured professor in Asian American Studies. We're looking for a department, someone who's capable of being a department chair. And in Pan-African Studies, we're looking for 2, 1 untenured, 1 tenured, but in the specific area of Black economics and economic development. In CLS, Chicano Latino Studies, we're looking for 2 untenured, and then of course we have the tenured position in American Indian Studies. So any of y'all who can help us with that, we're more than grateful. A couple of things that we're doing as the year comes through. On May, the first Saturday in May, we're going to do a multicultural children's book fair. Literacy is an issue for all marginalized communities. My goal is to raise enough money that every child who comes leaves with a book. You know, and we're modeled this on the Philadelphia African American book fair. The woman who does that will be our consultant for that. I'm really excited for that. In the fall of 2022, we'll be doing a conference on work. Work is the issue that basically unites marginalized people. We all have challenges around work in the workplace. And so we want to do a major conference, and we'll start doing the planning and organizing around that after the first of the year. Other than that, my goal is simply to build and grow the conversation, not only about ethnic studies, but about diversity, about critical race theory, about the ways that we can advance the issues of this nation. So I could talk forever, but first of all, let me apologize for keeping y'all waiting. I literally, Monday mornings, I do a radio show in Washington, D.C. at 9 a.m. their time, which means 6 a.m. my time, which is okay. I love doing it. And it's one of the many things that I have to look at in terms of a personal assessment as to whether I want to let it go or not. But from the show, from 5 o'clock pre-prep for the show until now, I have been running. So, but I apologize for keeping you guys waiting. And I just needed to say that. So,
well, thank you. Well, again, we have an agenda. So I wanted to share with you. I've actually shared with the team, and there were other people who were on the docket for this conversation who had to leave. But I wanted to make sure that we focus on what we have the rights to, what I think we're subject matter experts on, and really what we're tasked to bring. I call it mythology busting. Because
Yes,
the
that's what we're
thing,
doing.
yeah, the thing that we really want to focus on is the period called the Indian Wars from 1866 to 1891. We believe we have some subject matter experts. We have some curators of some of the content, whether it be photography, 3D artifacts, documents. We have some of the best and most vetted information in that timeline that we want to synthesize into the timeline of the development of this country.
Great.
And it really, for us, it starts with being able to share with you some media. So I
Okay.
wanted to give you a short 4-minute trailer of a
Okay.
project that I was an executive producer. It won an NAACP Image Award in 2010.
Okay.
And this particular project is something that we plan on repurposing. We actually have a facilitator's guide for high school and for college. And this particular piece of content, this facilitator's guide, never really got its legs. It was purchased or licensed by the US Army, and it centers around the African-American military timeline, and the project is called For Love of Liberty.
So before you, let me say, there's so many things I've got going on, but one that I'm so excited about is we're going to do an American Indian and Indigenous Upward Bound program this summer.
Oh, wow.
We'll have students on campus for 2 weeks, living on campus. They will be 9th to 11th graders. And our purpose, of course, is to try to get them to this college. Is to get, but we also want them to, so there's some things you all have going on that I think Nora Cisneros, who's going to be basically the team leader on this work, will be interested in.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that with the For Love of Liberty project, again, we have an effort to make sure that the facilitator's guide for high school and for colleges is something that we can share with you and see if it can become part of someone's effort to break it down, potentially even for K through 5, because it is high school and community college. But we believe that this is something that is available for experts to, again, make sure that at the earliest possible age, people don't get left behind in understanding the efforts to make sure that these fact-based things that we believe need to be exposed to students, especially as we try to create some intersection between the development of this country, between Native Americans, African Americans, Hispanics, and Asian Americans in California, because there's a lot of mythology right there that we think that we need to have a conversation about the things that people can get consensus on.
Great. Let's see the video.
Yeah, so I'm going to share it. I've shared it with the guys again. So you guys, again, bear with me. We're going to put this back
I
up here.
apologize. Or but perhaps if they've already seen it, we can take a minute to see it after we spend a few minutes. I've got an 11 o'clock, which I can push back a little bit.
Okay.
But
well, okay. This is all right. Because I can leave the video behind for you. But
Okay.
this is another piece that we're using as kind of our default for making sure that the information that we have is not something. It's literally our attempt to, bust all the mythology around the Buffalo Soldier. And this was written by a gentleman who at the time was with the National Park Service's Department of Interior.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm just going to flip through a few slides. This will be a leave behind. And a lot
I
of these.
appreciate the story you shared with me about the history you shared with me about Mr. Lovett.
Well, that's part of some of the extensions of these men and their mythology. Is most people just think that they were soldiers fighting on the Western frontier, dominating Native American tribes. But yeah, they were soldiers who were athletes. They were musicians. They were doctors. They were lawyers. And a lot of this has not been socialized. So again, this is our problem statement. And we have a solution to that.
Okay, what's the solution?
Okay, if we can get this thing. Oh, okay, what's going on here? Oh boy,
The internet is not your friend today.
not today. Well, we're gonna make it my friend. Okay, well,
Now just take that and slide it through.
Fixing the problem.
There you go.
But it's going to be a leave behind, and we have an approach.
Okay.
And this was written about 20 plus years ago. So my sharing with the team is that I plan on using some of the media, some of the artificial intelligence, and some of the more compelling technology to bring this to life. Because we realized, you know, when we did this 20 years ago, it's primarily text and speakers and talking heads. But now we think we can actually use some of the technology, especially when I think about what Ted has taught me about how everybody can create, everybody can code, and how everybody can create. We plan on not making just the students participants in the curriculum and grading them, but also helping to socialize and creating extensions for what they learn. And this is, my goal is to make the content that we have more interactive.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so these are leave behinds, and your meeting's at 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the only other thing I wanted to share with you is that we have, and these good folks cannot see this, but this is the curriculum that the Department of Interior has produced for us, and this is for K through 5. And this was given to me, again, this was created so that we had something a little bit more.
There's no date on this.
No, I know, but I will get you a date as well as the person who actually produced this for us. But this was back in 2002. This was created back in 2004, and we've got a few more pieces. But this is the correlation of the California frameworks. This is the whole show, but we don't have enough time to go through.
Yeah, well, I'll take a look at it. Let's cut to the chase. What y'all want?
Okay.
And forgive me for being abrupt, but
No,
those who know me well know.
And this is
Cut to
really
the
what
chase
we
is
are.
my name.
We heard about a grant that you had for creating content or a pilot for, it was a K through 12 or K through 5?
It's a K through, it's a very tiny grant in which we're attempting to train teachers to do ethnic studies content in their classes. The grant has not gone as well as we'd like. It's been a little more slow, but of course the college is in transition. This is only our 2nd year. I just started on July 1st. So I'm the new dean, the founding dean of the College of Ethnic Studies. So we do have this little bitty grant, and the woman who was administering it is now out on maternity leave. So I'm kind of in charge of it. But I'm not sure what direction we're going in with it. But as I said, it's a tiny grant. It's not.
Yeah. Well, and so our interest in the grant and trying to submit ourselves for qualification is, one, we want to know about it. But 2, we want to hope to take and synthesize everything that we have. And is it for K through 5, K through 12?
It's K through 12.
K through 12. Okay, great. So our goal is to try and see if we can submit ourselves for qualification for anything we can to drive all of our content, all of our standards to something that could help to grow the initiative. And if that grant is something that we can study, I think we'd like to submit ourselves for it. That's what we want.
All right, I will. I don't even have all the documents on it yet, because as I said, the woman who was running it actually just went out on maternity.
And to that point, we had one person that just joined us who's an instructor at Cal State Northridge and has been in discussion with me about what can we do to use innovative ways to make history, ethnic studies more compelling to students. So Anna Marie, are you still with us? I think I see you up there. Oh, okay, there you are. Anna Marie, can we unmute? It's not necessary for you to get the video completely in frame there, but because I know we've got only a few minutes left. This is Anna Marie Persimoni. She's an instructor at Cal State Northridge.
I'm not muted.
So my goal right now is to take all the instructors that we have as part of our coalition and the willing to figure out what can we do to create a pilot.
Okay.
So if we can take that pilot and match it with anything that the grant has as milestones. I believe that we can do something to drive technology, storytelling, research, and all those things to the stuff that we're basically looking at here for something through K through 12.
Well, at the moment, but I'm not prepared to commit anything just because I don't really know what the weeds are. I know that the grant probably has less than $15,000 left in it, which is a very modest sum. I do have some resources here in the college, but again, I need to know a bit more.
Sure.
But one of the things that I'd like to do, we have a coalition of folks who are working on our American Indian Studies department and major, and I'd like to have the possibility of having them look at some of your materials. So we can talk about that some more. Is Anna Marie going to join us quickly?
Anna Marie, are you available for us to hear from you? And here's our general. Anna Marie?
Can you hear me, Kevin?
Okay, we can barely hear you. Can you turn your volume up a little bit?
This is all I've got,
Okay,
Kevin.
now we hear you
That's
loud and
much
clear.
better. That's much
Okay, listen, my physical therapist just walked in. I'm here recovering. That's why I went off the camera. I didn't mean to be on camera. I was just checking in to see how you're doing.
Oh,
But timing is not, I'm not really in control of my timing.
I'm sorry.
Hi, everybody. I do care about what's going on, but I literally had surgery a few days ago.
Okay,
Okay, well, please recover quickly and help.
I'm
us-
trying.
and-
Yeah,
and-
I'm here. I just didn't, I didn't want to be all here, all totally on. So sorry about that.
so I just gave a little backdrop on who you are, Anna Marie, and again,
Yeah,
because we're gonna be
Okay.
focusing on right now is how to get more information about a small grant to see if we can help the process of getting all the things that we're in control of further down the road. And with the time we have remaining, we have Brigadier Arnold Gordon Gray.
I'm going to say goodbye, guys. Sorry to interrupt, but I
Take
gotta,
care.
I gotta get off. Yeah, I'll be back in a better time. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
no
Bye.
problem. Okay, and the last person I want to be able to hear from is retired Brigadier Gordon Gray. He's been leading the charge in how we can take all of our content to the classroom. And he started with us being able to understand who our students were. So we started with Compton Unified School District,
Okay.
and then LAC. And General Gray is actually in North Carolina, but he's made several trips out to Compton. So,
Okay. What part of North Carolina, General?
Kevin, with your host controls, could you please mute Anna Marie's feed?
where is she here?
There she is.
Okay. Okay, I guess we got her. Okay. Okay, General Bray?
I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm gonna
Yes.
stop screen share now and, yeah, General Bray, thank you for joining us here. So this is Dr. Julianne Malveaux. And again, this is again my mentor and the person who's kind of led me down this path of trying to make sure that everything we do for the classrooms, for the teachers, can be put into format that will allow us to, do something with impact.
General, what part of North Carolina are you in?
In Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and if you've been here, I know you've been to Raleigh, so you've probably heard of Rocky Mount because it's one of those places that is the crossroads to going to the Outer Banks and Raleigh, and also between New York and Washington D.C. I mean, in New York and Miami.
I've actually spoken there twice. Back in the day. I'm the former president of Bennett College.
Well, you said Bennett College. Okay, outstanding. Okay, I've been up there as well. Did a commissioning at A&T once before, so we played in the same necks of woods, I guess. And but either way, first of all, your reputation precedes you, so I'm honored to be able to address you. What I've been doing with Kevin is, Kevin has tentacles in an awful lot having to do with the opportunities for young people. And with this new venture and the world starting to be woke, and by the way, I like the word woke. I'm gonna tell you, I said openly, I like woke.
I don't, because woke is one thing. What you gonna do when you get out of bed?
Since you open that door, I'm gonna take 2 minutes to say why I like woke. It's important.
No, don't take 2 minutes because I got one. I gotta jump on another meeting.
I'll take 30 seconds then. I was as a 10-year-old, I drank from 7 water fountains. As 10 years later, I was in charge of men of all different colors. 17 years later, I was talking to the Secretary of Defense about what we're gonna do in Africa, and he's listening to me at the table. So I went from being a period of time when I was not even considered an equal or even to anybody else, and I had to go through that process as a human being. But I just did it without knowing, and that means I was asleep. So having said that, what happens? It's a period of waking up. Sometimes you're groggy, sometimes you know, and it's been a startling event. But mine was gradual, and then I started to recognize it. In fact, I actually used the word woke about 10 years ago in a speech because I said I must have been asleep.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, my brother.
Sleep. So that's why I said I like the word woke, and I go.
Well, you enjoy it. I don't.
Well,
I am one of these
Try-
straight but no chaser sisters. So you enjoy the word woke, and I won't.
Well, so what General, we're breaking up, General. So what we're going to do with the few seconds we have left, we're going to attempt to try and submit ourselves for qualification for a potential grant engagement. And if we're able to do something there, I think when we get to the next step of being able to share with Julianne, Dr. J, as well as her staff and initiatives, all the things that we bring to bear. But we want to focus in on, again, engaging something that will allow us to be successful in following a process.
I'll look forward to having further conversations with the general.
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic, guys. So we have to wrap right now, but again, thank you guys for joining us. I've recorded this phone call, and I will again report everything that happens post-haste. Thank you, guys.
Take care, all.